Okay, friends, so there was an announcement yesterday in the state meeting that I wanted to make sure you guys were aware of. They have simplified the process for the IABS and the contracts and everything so that instead of using our managing broker and a regional broker as the licensed supervisor on the various lines of the contract and the IABS, they're going to use the designated managing broker on both lines, because what happens is, like, the local managing brokers that are the supervisors are kind of getting coming and going. They're moving around, as time goes on. And so to make things a little bit simpler, so we don't have to keep updating our IABS every time we get a new uh, supervisor for our region, they are basically going to use the designated broker, Tony King, at the point of both spots that are on the contract and the IABS. So I'm going to show you guys how to update it just to make it super simple for you guys. What you're going to do here is go into your Zip Forms account, of course. Okay, so we're in here in our templates area. We've got our 3 templates here, one for the buyer, one for the seller, and one for the renter templates. So we'll start with our buyer template. There's 2 places we're going to be updating it. We're going to be updating it on the IABS and on the contract. Okay, so let's start with our buyer template here. And I'm going to start with the buyer rep agreement folder that we have here. And I'm going to go down to the IABS form, scroll down here. So we've got Tony King in here and Rick Carr currently. We're going to move that Tony King back down here to this next one. And of course, your name should be here, your license number, your email, and your phone number. Also here on this second line, we need to put Tony's license number here on this section. And then for the supervisor here, you're going to put Tony, well, let's not do it in all caps, Tony dot King at eXp Realty, if I can spell. Yeah, I did it right. .net. Okay, net. All right. So this one is Texas Broker at exprealty.com. This one is Tony King at exprealty.net. Then we're going to take this phone number here and come into this blank, do Control A to select all. Or if you want to do it manual, you can just do the backspace on your keyboard and then Control V, you can paste that in, or you can just retype it. Now, obviously, when you paste things in, sometimes it adds like little characters at the end, so it might be easier to just type it in, but we're going to make the phone numbers match to this extension 101 on both the first and second line. So these 2 lines should be identical according to what they want us to have on the document. So Texas Broker at exprealty.com for these 2 email addresses, and then Tony King at exprealty.net. Tony.King at exprealty.net, not comma king. Okay, so we're going to change that. Now we're going to go to the contract form, which is in the offer contract forms folder. And we're going to scroll down to the section where it talks about the broker contacts. So we had previously changed it to Rick Carr. So now we're going to put this to Tony King, and license number is 622946. The address is still going to be the same. We're going to change the phone number extension to 101 here. And of course, you need to have your email here, right? And your name and your license number. Make sure that's all updated with your information there. This is the address that we use for the contracts. So, and then you can put the Cliff Freeman Group in here for the team name. And then that's it for the buyer template. So we're going to go back out. We'll go over here to the seller template and we'll click on the seller rep agreement. We're going to go to the information about brokerage services, the IABS form. We're going to make that same change again. Okay. And this we're going to change to Tony.King. And this we're going to change to 888-519-7431, extension 101. And we're done with that. Make sure your information is down here at the bottom. And then we will go to the contract forms, go to the one for family here, scroll down to the broker section, Now, of course, as this is a seller template, so our information's on the right side this time. So make sure all your information is in here, not mine. And then we're going to put Tony King here as the supervisor, and his license number is 622946. And so then phone number here, we're going to change that. We're going to go change that extension to 101. So it should look like that when you get done. Okay. So got that. And then we are done with the buyer template. And then we'll go do the renter template. So click on the tenant rep agreement, click on the IABS, go click on Tony King, and then license number is 622946, and email address is Tony King, and then change that phone number extension there at the end. And then of course making sure your information is again down here at the bottom of the IABS. So that is the process for updating your templates. And then don't forget that with this change, you're going to need to make some changes to your advertising for the social media and stuff like that. So I'm just going to, as a reminder, just to kind of tag that on here, we can go over here to the advertising here, or actually I can just search for this, advertising, email and advertising. We're going to go there. And then on this page, it's going to talk about how to update all your IABS links. So again, going through that process, creating the bit.ly link, to shorten all that up and putting that in your email signature, using Linktree, everything. If you have one document here in your like Google Drive that has the correct version of this IABS, and I'm going to show you again how to do that, then it will make it a whole lot easier, because like for your email signature, your social media, you update that form the one time, and then your links all point to the one document, and it makes it so much easier to have all this, stay updated and stay current, so that you only have to update the one document one time. So to get that PDF document, let's go back in here. Okay. And so what you're going to do, this is where it gets really easy. We're going to, now that you've updated your information, you click on these two documents. We're going to click on Save as PDF, and then we're going to click on Save to My Device. That's the important step. We don't want to save it into that file. We want to save it to our local computer. So click Save, and then it's going to say, do you want to download this? Yes, I want to download it. I'm going to click on that little green button, and then now I get this document that shows up on my computer in my Adobe Acrobat. Okay. And then what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to now upload this into my Google Drive. And here in my Google Drive, I've got the IABS that I'm currently using. I can right click on it, and the cool thing here, I just click on Manage Versions. Okay, and then I'm going to say Upload a new version. And I'm going to browse to go grab that one that just came out. That's the new PDF, and I don't really care what it's named to. And one thing I kind of like to do, just because I can, I'm just going to right click on this and say delete forever on these older versions, because I don't need them anymore. You don't have to do that, it doesn't really matter, but you can see I've gone through multiple versions of this document. As time goes on, as you've changed your brokerage or whatever, so they've got plenty there. So I'm sitting all there back there. So, so the current version, now the document's going to come out with this file name, Rachel Cahill IABS Consumer Notice, because we're doing the IABS and the Consumer Notice. That's what's required to be posted on our websites. So when you have that document in there, now see it's updated, it says Tony King. That's all there is to it. As you guys know, I've mentioned this in the past. To get a link, you just say get a link, and then you say anyone with the link, and then copy that link. Then you go into bit.ly, And here in Bitly, you can create a new link. It's free to create Bitly accounts. So you just say create, you just copy and paste that URL that it gave you from the Google Drive and say create. And then you can actually, see, I've already got this one created in here, but so you can actually like create kind of a shortcut to it. So you can just put like Rachel Cahill disclosure or whatever you want to call it. And then this is the link that you'll use going forward on all your social medias and things like that. So you get this nice, super short link to add into your email signatures so that it will look, you know, more like what I've got here. You can do it like long here, but then when you get into like, you know, things like, you know, your email signature on your cell phone, it's kind of harder to create a long link like that. So you'll actually use this link in there for your email signatures on your cell phones, for example. So hope that helps you guys out, and I hope you have a great day.